If you were to write a letter to yourself about this past year, I wonder what story would unfold on those pages. Would the ink carry the weight of should-haves and if-onlys? Or would it flow with recognition of the warrior within you, the one who showed up day after day, even when nobody was watching? You see, dear sisters, we women are masterful at carrying invisible loads. We celebrate others while dismissing our own victories as just doing what needed to be done. We call it just cooking dinner, just making it through another day, just holding a family together. But let me tell you what I see. I see the executive who learned to say no and meant it. I see the single mother who turned her kitchen table into a classroom. I see the daughter who balanced caring for aging parents with caring for her young children. I see the student who doubted herself but showed up anyway. I see the widow who learned to sleep alone but kept living fully. I see the entrepreneur who failed, stood up, and tried again. Don't you see, sisters, these aren't just anything, they're everything. So what if instead of lamenting those dreams still waiting, we celebrate the storms weathered? What if we honored not just the mountains climbed, but the days you simply put one foot in front of the other? Because here's the simple truth that we so often forget, and that's, strength isn't always about reaching the summit. Sometimes it's about staying on the path when the fog moves in. Sometimes it's about choosing hope when doubt feels easier. Sometimes it's about extending grace to ourselves when perfection demands otherwise. As we stand here in these final weeks of December, let's pause and truly see this year for what it was, not a collection of unfinished tasks, but a journey of developing, growing, and becoming. Think about where you were when January dawned. Think about who you were. Now, look at yourself today, changed, grown, weathered perhaps, but stronger. Stronger, dears, and so much wiser, if you'd simply give yourself the credit and acknowledge that sweet truth. This year has been quite the teacher, hasn't it? Through every unexpected turn, every challenge that seemed too big, and for every victory that felt too small, you were learning, adapting, growing. Some lessons came gently, like the morning dew. Others crashed in like a storm. But each one, each experience, has added another layer to your wisdom, another thread to your strength. Another strong brick in the foundation of the great woman you're becoming. Through tears and triumphs, through doubts and determination, you've been building something remarkable, not just a collection of experiences, but a testament to your resilience. Each challenge you faced, each fear you confronted, each time you chose to keep going when giving up would have been easier, these moments were quietly shaping your character, strengthening your spirit, and revealing the depth of courage that has always lived within you. Dearest sister, they were the moments that proved you're stronger than you thought, braver than you believed, and more capable than you ever imagined. They were the moments that transformed "I can't" into "I will." "I'm afraid" into "I'm ready," and maybe someday, into "Why not now?" They were the silent victories that perhaps no one else saw, but that changed how you see yourself. Don't you see, dears, life hasn't wasted a single experience. Every setback that taught you patience, every struggle that revealed your strength, every joy that reminded you of your purpose, they've all been carefully placed, creating a foundation that will support whatever dreams you dare to build next. Remember that day when you finally stood your ground? When you chose your dream over people-pleasing? When you tried something that scared you? When you finally heard your own voice, and you listened? Those weren't just moments, they were milestones. Each time you chose courage over comfort, growth over familiarity, hope over fear, you were building something beautiful. Something lasting. This is how you made the year count, how you made it matter in ways beyond measured. You made it count by showing up for yourself, by keeping promises to yourself that you'd broken before, by choosing dignity over drama, and peace over perfection. You made it count by finally believing that your dreams deserve space, your voice deserves to be heard, and your heart deserves to be honored. Sisters, this wasn't just another year in your story, this was the year you began to write your story differently, with you as the hero, and not merely a supporting character. This was the year you learned that making it count isn't about counting accomplishments, it's about making each decision, each moment, each choice align more closely with the woman you're becoming, the woman you really want to be. This year has taught you what you're capable of, showing you strengths you didn't know you had. It revealed resilience you didn't realize you'd built. Through every yes that honored your values, through every no that protected your peace, through every time you chose to begin again, you were becoming more authentically yourself. Dearest, you're not leaving this year the same woman who started it. You're carrying with you new wisdom, deeper understanding, stronger boundaries, and a clearer vision. These aren't small things, they're the foundation stones of the life you're building, the woman you're becoming. They're the precious gems of your journey, each one earned through courage, polished by persistence, and made brilliant by your unwavering faith in possibilities. Sisters, understand this one truth, and that's, life isn't a race with a December 31st finish line. Sometimes our timing isn't the universe's timing. Sometimes what we think is a delay is actually preparation. Sometimes the longest way around becomes the shortest way home. That business you haven't started, maybe you're still gathering the wisdom you'll need to make it thrive. That skill you haven't mastered, maybe you're learning something else you didn't even know you needed. Those goals still waiting, maybe they're like seeds in winter, dormant, just waiting for their right season to spring into life. Dears, I assure you, I know how hard it is carrying the weight of unfinished dreams. But what if, and this is important, what if you're exactly where you need to be, right now? What if your timing is perfect for your journey? Like the single mother who set out to complete her degree this year. Dears, she didn't make it, but you know what she did do? She completed 3 courses while working full-time and caring for her child. When she started counting what she did accomplish, instead of focusing on what she didn't, her whole perspective changed. Dears, remember, strong women finishing strong doesn't mean finishing everything. It means looking at your unfinished tasks not as failures, but as possibilities still unfolding. It means celebrating the steps you've taken, even if you haven't reached the destination yet. It means being gentle with yourself, while remaining determined in your spirit. Sweet sisters, it means closing the year knowing that you showed up, for your family, for your dreams, for yourself, even when it was hard. It means acknowledging that some days, just getting out of bed was a victory. It means understanding that taking care of yourself isn't selfish, it's a necessity. It means recognizing that your worth isn't measured by your achievements, but by the love, resilience, and dignity you bring to each day. Ultimately, it means walking into the new year, not with the heavy burden of what wasn't done, but with the quiet confidence of a woman who knows her journey is uniquely her own, and it's not over yet. It means carrying forward the lessons, leaving behind the guilt, and keeping your hope alive. Remember, dear ones, you're not just finishing a year, you're continuing a beautiful story that is still being written, page by page, day by day, in your own perfect timing. So let these final weeks of the year be a time of gentle reflection, not harsh judgment. Let them be a time of gratitude for how far you've come, not anxiety about how far you've yet to go. Let them be a time of gathering your strength, not counting your shortcomings. Dearest sister, take this moment to whisper a promise to yourself. Not a resolution, not a list of demands, but a gentle promise to honor your own timing, to celebrate your small victories, and to remember that you don't have to finish everything to finish strong. And when the new year dawns, know that you're not starting over, you're continuing forward, carrying with you every lesson, every triumph, every moment of resilience that this year has taught you. Be strong, be kind, be brave. Until next year.